This is Robert Merdlacci of the Mindshare Learning Report, Canada's Learning and Technology magazine. We're here at FETC 2016 in Orlando, and I have the good fortune of having a Mindshare Learning moment with John Myers, the founder and CEO of Edsby. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, John.
Please do, Robert.
And I'm so glad that we caught you at the end of the conference. I'm sure you had a good flow of people here. Have you had some good conversations with folks?
Absolutely. It's always great down here at FETC. There's such a broad range of people coming in here, and we get to meet with existing customers and prospective new customers. We get to meet with teachers, IT directors, CIOs. It's such just a broad spectrum of people that we meet with here. It's wonderful for us.
Fantastic. And you are, in a sense, a startup, although you've had other successful businesses in education. And you've got some customers in the area. What's the growth been and awareness been like around an Edsby learning platform? The market's maturing for a kind of Facebook-style educational platform?
Absolutely. The thing that we've noticed over the last 3 years, I would say, is we've gone from showing people what could be done, and they're sort of saying, well, that's cool, but I don't know, to now there's more of a demand happening. So we're seeing a lot more districts saying, we're going to go into procurement for this. This is something that we think we're ready for and that we need to solve the problems that they have. So this idea of both a modern experience and an experience that pulls together, not just tools for teachers, but the teachers, the students, and the parents. And the parent piece is key, right?
Absolutely.
The parents are key stakeholders. And we see more and more that education organizations are realizing you can't just take a higher education learning management system and throw it over the fence at K-12. You need something that's built for K-12. And that's why with Edsby, we only focus on the K-12 sector. We don't do higher ed, we don't do corporate stuff,
right.
Because you know what? All of those sort of capabilities that those sectors need doesn't work for K-12.
They're different needs, and I'm so impressed with your focus and your sense of the needs of the market, because too often you see startups who think they have a great whiz-bang widget and don't actually talk to the customer. And so doing your homework is something one of my professors would always say, and I still continue to do my homework even today. Well, so what's next? You're looking at some good year ahead in 2016?
Yeah, I mean, we're every year for us has been a good year. In a sense, it's as a startup, the one thing that's easy is the law of small numbers. So growth, we're having strong growth every year over year growth. And this year we're looking for, again, we're going to increase double, triple, quadruple in size again this year.
So managing growth is always a bit of a challenge.
It certainly is, because as you, of course, bring in new customers, you need the resources to help manage those. And so we're continually now looking for more resources that can help us handle the new customers we have on board. And then it's this trade-off between we're actually slowing down sales in some sectors because we don't have the internal people to handle the capacity
right.
that we need. But at the same time, we're looking to build that capacity and then add on some more sales capacity that will bring even more customers. That mean we had to hire more people to deal with that.
Fantastic.
But that's all about, high growth startup company goes.
Absolutely.
Everyone goes through this phase.
And the fact that it's not your first rodeo really.
Yes.
Really helps accelerate the process, and it makes it the likelihood for success that much greater, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it is, because it's the one challenge, I think, for startups. Everybody hears about the 22-year-old kid who started a company,
right.
and that's wonderful.
You're not that much older than that.
Not that much, but a factor of 2 and a bit. But the challenge that they often run into is they've never been in an organization
right.
of 300, 400, 500 people or 1,000 people. We've had the benefit of we've done startups and we've been in larger organizations. And what you need to do to run a company of 500 people is very different than 5 people. And we're fortunate that my co-founders and I have that sort of experience at both levels, and I think that's a big asset for us as we're dealing with the growth we're seeing.
And the U.S. market is an important market for you in the coming year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the typical, we want to have our first successes in Canada, but we're really focused on the U.S. market because it's 10 times the size of Canada. So ultimately, we will have more customers and more business down here. And of course, with the U.S. dollar the way it is today versus the Canadian dollar, the U.S. is a good place to win customers.
It's pretty tempting. Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your time this afternoon, John.
Yeah, pleasure, Robert, as always.
Safe travels back to Toronto. That was John Myers, co-founder at Edsby. And my name is Robert Merdlacci of the Mindshare Learning Report. And until next time, keep the learning curve steep.